shop, tools in hand, balsa wood, we make a stand, carving dreams from days gone by, stunt hanger planes that touch the sky, control lines tight, the engine hums, crafting art where passion drums, stunt hanger, flying high, old world craft beneath the sky, balsa wings we build with care, stunt hanger, join us there.
Well, welcome back. I wanted to do this because tomorrow I want to have the fuselage dry. So we'll be drying overnight. Now, I did take it out to the garage and square it up. This is not it. This is a piece of 1/2 inch that I found on my shelf that's 5.5 pounds, but it is kind of warped. It's bowed this way and it's bowed this way. So not quite as good. So what I did was is I glued those pieces together just as I stated I would. And I used Gorilla Glue. I was gonna use white glue, but I used Gorilla Glue, so it'll be fine. And this is what I got. It ended up 8.5 pounds, but boy is it stout. So we're good to go there. So now what I want to do is I want to do a turtle deck. And I'm going to take this piece of 1/2 inch and glue it to the top. So first thing I need to do is true this up. We're going to be continuing the bottom down this way too. So I'm going to do a canopy like that and have it'll be good. I got it in my mind finally. So what I need to do is, like I say, true this piece up, and I'll give you a look at what I got in my mind for a fuselage. I know I was going to glue this on the inside, but I decided not to. That way I have the layout lines right on it. I'll sand it off or plane it off when I get all this glued together. I need this box here. I'll run this through the planer and clean those edges. It'll only take like a 64th off of each side. But what that'll do is when I run it through the planer, it'll make my motor mounts and my balsa wood all on the same thickness. So that'll be really good. Exactly the same thickness and filled in. So got no problem with that. So the first thing I want to do, get a new blade in this. You know, a lot of guys draw plans. I don't draw plans. First off, it's a waste of time. Second off, I like to see physically what I'm looking at, you know, not some piece of paper. So I'll get a straight line here. But we'll get this drying so tomorrow I can put it all together. tomorrow I'll be on early working on this. I get excited about a project and I want to continue working on it. And I haven't been excited about any project until now, so. Okay. We got that trued up halfway. That looks pretty good. Let me get the sanding block and get it cleaned up. Where did I set it? Got to be right here. I know I didn't. Oh, there it is. Shoot, it's got a big chunk out of this. Maybe I should straighten up the other side. Man, that's hard wood. Got a hard spot in it. I should have run this through the table saw. Yeah, I should have run that through the table saw. Like 2x4 there. But it is 5.5 pound wood. Hard as a rock. Let's see how it looks. Yeah. I can't win. Okay, let's try this. We gotta have it square. Well, that's not 80. I need 80. Got to have 80. Let's see what holds on that side. That's better. If they're coming. I might as well go ahead and square up this other side too while I'm at it for the bottom. Almost. Yeah, you guys don't think I come on at this time of night. Very unusual. Okay, that's good enough. It should be. Now, what are we going to do here? Let's see, where's my pencil? I know I've seen it. There it is. Okay. So we need a canopy. We're going to have a canopy right here. I want it swooping down this way. But I might have been better off with a pen. And we want to come out this way. Yeah, I'm going to be better off with the pen. What did I do with it? Might be in my shirt. Might be in my shirt. Yep. So we need 1 inch from this line, which is where? What? So, so. Things that make you go, I need pens. I hope this inspires you guys to just build a airplane out of your mind. You don't need plans or anything like that. So we'll go here, stick a pin. So we need to we want to make it slink around that way. Right to the leading edge. That looks pretty good. Okie dokie. I'll get this cut and I'll show you exactly what it's going to look like on top anyway. We'll have to figure the bottom out. So we want to do what for the canopy? We want to come up this way. Yep, that'll look pretty good. So this is our turtle deck. Where'd the knife go? There it is. Don't try to make this cut all in one time. Go about halfway through or third of the way through or whatever you feel comfortable with, but don't go all the way through because you won't make it unless you saw it with a jigsaw or something. particularly tough when you start going across grain. It don't want to go. Hard. Hard wood. Like making it out of pine. Okay. Hard wood. I'll get her all sanded up. Now I could glue this on with CA, but I'm going to glue it on with Gorilla Glue. Need to sand it up though. Got some pretty good lumps in it. It'd be good when it's all plain. Now for the front. We only got 3 inches to work with. I'm going to end up here. I guess I can cut that when I get it all together. Just cut that straight line there. Because it'll end up here. Hey. Hello, Kevin. It will end up here. I need to sand that. That edge there. Oh yeah, big time. That edge there, so we need to saw this right here. Let's I don't have my overhead arm anymore because it was in the way. Hey, Steve. Okay. So we're going to cut this off right here. We got to square up this mating surface. This is square because this is done on a table saw, so I know that's square. So I need this other piece square, and we can do that with a little sandpaper. Okay. Almost. There we go. There it is. To put a drop of CA on that to hold it while I cut that line there, I suppose. We'll CA that, and then I'll Gorilla Glue it. Oh, you know what? I could Gorilla Glue it and put some CA spots on it. No, it'd be too messy. Good enough. So this line here, let's glue. I don't remember. I'm getting old. I can't remember a year ago. I don't remember what I did with it. Okay, so we got that. Let's cut the bottom here. This thing's getting heavy. Get some weight off of it. Let's get some weight off of it. Where's that big ruler? There it is. Yep, that'll be fine. We'll just go all the way up to the front there. Crap. Have to sand that straight. Now remember, there's no airplane like this. It's just generic. What I think it should look like. So we want to cut this in first. That in, have this in. Take it apart and glue it together. Yeah, it'll look pretty good. It'll look okay. Need to straighten this up. It should be fine. Need to round that over. Anyway, here's a rough, unsanded version of what it'll look like. We'll get some more round on this, and of course this will taper down into the spinner and straighten it out. A little crook-sided, but I need to get it glued on the fuselage before I start doing any of that. We need to get it all in one piece, and I'll run it through the planer so it's all the same thickness. Let's see what it weighs. Pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Not really. Five and a half ounces. I mean, it's not great. It's not a deal killer. And it'll be lighter when I shape it. Plus it gets doubler, so it'll be 7 ounces when it's done, and it's just the way it is. Make sure that I got enough. I need to make sure I got enough here for the spinner blend. I think so, but I'm not sure. I have at least an inch. Oh yeah, we got 1.25 inches, so it will taper back. It will taper back more when I get the spinner on it. You can sand it in. Of course, this will round down, so it'll be fine. Let's get this apart and get some glue on it and get it taped up, get it drying. Yes, all balsa wood. That's what we build out of, balsa. Okie dokie. So let's do this. So tomorrow when I wake up, I'll take her out to the garage, run it through the planer, get about a 64th on each side. Thereabouts. When I bought the table saw and the planer and the cross, the miter saw, I never thought I'd use it on wood, but I do on balsa wood, but I do all the time. And it works really good. Especially the table saw. Table saw is an important tool for me now. I'm going to buy a spindle sander whenever I get enough money. Go Relic Glue. I don't know what's in this shit, but it works. It's got to be some kind of white glue because it has zero smell to it. Well, zero chemical smell. It has the smell of paste or something, I don't know. And it's pretty sandable. Where white glue or tight bond is not. Tight bond is like rubber. Terrible. I'll pull that together when I put some more tape on it. We'll make it work. I do have a drill press. I'd rather have a oscillating spindle sander. Today is Saturday, right? Yep. We're off tomorrow and the next day. I can get a lot of work done in a couple of days. Once I put my mind to it. I gotta sand, well, that line is ridiculous. We'll sand that on a belt sander. It'll be fine. Got lumps and bumps everywhere. It'll be fine. I think we'll put a nose ring on this too. So I need to let this dry overnight. We'll shoot this through the planer and then sand the contours in it, and I'll make up a rudder. And what I thought I'd do for a rudder is something along the Excalibur line. So it will be leaning forward, kind of a 50s style rudder. The Excalibur had a rudder that, you can look it up, Dick Mathis Excalibur. The rudder was leaning forward and it was kind of oval. So we might do that. Make it look like a giant Excalibur. And that fuselage is straight and it's stiff. So putting this top and bottom on it ought to really make it stiff. Just gonna have to sand that in there. That don't look good like that. Same with the bottom here. That don't look good either, but it will. I can see it now. It'll be fine. Let's see, I'm gonna have to cut this back a little more. Yeah. I don't know. I take a block of wood and I can say, you see my airplane? It's in there. I can see it. Like, I can look at this and say, well, that's a scoop. I can see that. And you'll get that way too. Just like in all this stuff here, I can already see the airplane. I already see it. Let's see. Yes, it's 1/2 inch. Are there any places that I would recommend? Okay, here's how I buy balsa wood. Let's say that an airplane is going to use 100 pieces. I buy 200. I'm going to get 25 out of 200 that are exceptional, and another 25 that are usable, and another 25 pieces that are so. The last 25% is RC wood. So let's say it takes 100 pieces, well, to build your airplane. It's going to take 400 pieces of balsa wood. You just, if you want to build a super competition airplane. So what you do is you have to say, well, what can I live with? I say I want 4 to 6 pound, but I want 4 pound wood. So 25 pieces of 4 pound wood comes in, and I got 25 pieces of 5 pound. Can I live with an extra, 1 or 2 pieces of 5 pound? Well, no. So then I take those 25 pieces and I save them for the next order, and I build my 5 pound airplane. Because you're not going to build, unless you got a lot of money, you're not going to build every airplane with 5 pound wood, 4 to 5 pound wood. It just doesn't happen unless you got a lot of wood, and that takes a lot of money. It wasn't so bad when years ago we could get a sheet of 16th wood 3 by 36 for 50 cents. Now it's $4, or whatever it is. I have no idea what it is. I haven't looked. I haven't bought in a while. But I need to start buying again if I'm going to build, and it'll take me 2-3 years to stock up on enough super good wood to build a super light airplane again. So you just have to kind of keep looking for ways to make shit lighter using heavier wood. And don't believe that message that you can use half the thickness and twice the weight and build a light airplane. I ain't buying that at all. Hunt says, well, how does it go? If you need 4 pound wood 16th, you can use 8 pound 32nd. No, because you got no sanding room. I, on the other hand, build the other way. If I'm going to build a wing, I don't build with 16th. I build with 3/32 and sand whatever's off so that I got a little sanding room. If you do buy from a local I don't know. I never seen any good stuff at a local hardware store. I usually make a big order from Bud Nosen or Midwest or Balsa USA, and I just go by that adage. You're going to get 25 really good pieces and 25 so-so pieces and 25 pieces that are heavy and 25 pieces that are RC wood. That's all you can do out of 100 pieces, unless you're willing to pay the premium. You can ask for 4 to 6 pound wood, but it ain't like the days when the ladies at SIG would go back there and go, well, this is 3 pound, this is 4 pound, and they pick you out exactly what you wanted. Exactly. And then they didn't have to weigh it or nothing. They just pick it up and go, yep, boop, 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 and you're done. And that's why when you buy a kit, that's a total pig in the poke, because nobody's weighing wood. They're just taking, well, I need 10 sheets or 16. They just take whatever's in the bundle off the shelf and put it in the box. It's just the way it goes. If you're a kit manufacturer, you cannot afford, you'd never sell a heavy wood. So that's where it goes. And the good wood is getting harder and harder to find due to supply and demand. And they say, well, it was going in the windmills. Well, not anymore. It's not going in the windmills anymore. They're doing something totally different. They're using foam composites, which they should have been doing long ago. So I don't know. It's just a gamble. I'm happy with this so far. It's a little heavy, but we're running these end up nose heavy anyway, so it should be all right. As long as this is stiff. Got to be super stiff, because that's where profiles have a fatigue. The back half of the airplane is flopping around. But this one shouldn't be. I might take this on the table saw and straighten that up. That line tomorrow from here to the nose. I'll have to put it in my angle fixture because it's kind of squirrely. Can't do this one. I'll have to do it on the sander. But that's okay. So the canopy will be painted on down this way. Yeah. This will go away. This will get, yeah. And then the rudder will come up this way and then whoop, be beautiful. I really enjoy the information you're providing. Well, that's good. That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, I watch a lot of videos that people are putting out. I thought mine were boring. They're really boring. They're really boring. I guess that's all I got for this evening. I wonder how come that bug one over on the on the right. It used to be on the left. I wonder if I can move it. No, somehow they moved it over on the right. Huh. Okay. Tomorrow we'll show you some shaping. I will run this through the planer, run it on the table saw, get it all squared up. I'm going to make my doublers and set my motor mounts. And we'll probably get to working on the wing. I'm going to glue some foam on that leading edge and then take a hot wire and cut the foam leading edge so I don't have to have any wood up there. We'll just use sheeting. And then I'll sheet that wing. And I got to figure out, am I going to run wing mounted landing gear or fuse mounted? I think it's going to be wing mounted because I don't have a whole lot of room in the bottom of this to bolt carbon gear on there on the side of this. I mean, I could raise the wing up some more, but I think it's probably good where it's at. If I raised the wing up a half an inch, I could do that, but it would be all the way up to the top, and there wouldn't be squat for a canopy. That would, if I raised the wing up, that would put it on the center line. It would be up just about in line. But I think I like running my engine above the center line of the wing and the stab above that. That way it keeps the push rod geometry straight. The way that I started out with this, that push rod was angling way down like that. So when you gave it up, there would be a differential in push rod that, whoa, that would not have been good. So try to keep the push rod straight. Unless you want to come out the bottom of the wing with a push rod, which is possible. We could get them in line with it coming out the bottom. And the bell crank turned around, that way we put the lead outs in the correct position, meaning the back line is up. I don't really like running the lead out where the back line is on the front. It just doesn't act right as far as I'm concerned. But you'll hear guys say, well, it don't make a difference. Well, if it don't make a difference to you, great, do it. But it does to me. Look forward. No, we did all this in one day. Only a couple hours. Been waiting on glue to dry. Let the glue dry, take it to the table saw, cut it straight. Ain't nothing. Doublers is half an hour. Motor mounts is a half, so that's an hour's work. Cut some slots in it and put it together. Because it gets cut way back into the wing. Just remember, if you're gonna, especially on a profile, make the motor mounts touch the wing. That's pretty important because you got to distribute the vibration throughout the whole airplane. You want that engine up there going like that, which I've seen before. The stabilizer's going like that, the engine's going like that. There's no way they can run worth a darn that way. And I'm trying to build a profile, you know, a competition profile, not a ringmaster or a magician. I want something that flies like a PA airplane, only profile. So that's why all this stuff that I'm doing, it's, you know, to keep it as competitive as possible. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty. That's about all I got. We got an hour in, so I guess I can go watch Landman now. It'll be on in 15 minutes, the new season. That and Tulsa King, so we got till, let's see, 1 o'clock in the morning anyway. Watch those two. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. Good night to you too. See ya.